I don't really know where to start this video. Yesterday, we did a video with our thoughts and opinions, impressions of Modern Warfare 4 since we got gameplay and so much information was dumped onto the internet, and it was not a happy video by any means. I mean, I guess if you're looking for Modern Warfare 2019 sequel and you feel like this is it, then maybe you're happy. But if you're on the boat that this is Modern Warfare 2 2.5, you're probably not happy. But I guess that's just an argument that we'll argue all day. Welcome to the channel. Today we have updates. We have backpedaling. We have walking it back. We have corrections on things that we talked about yesterday. Yeah, we're going to go over everything because this is an ever-revolving door, and it's either evolving or devolving. I don't know. So let's recap. Infinity Ward offered updates, clarity on things that were being misunderstood about the game. So I want to correct a few things, but also offer some additional constructive criticism because, frankly, I don't think it's the community's fault for going in the direction that a lot of us did when we saw what we saw yesterday. Infinity Ward seems to be working pretty hard to defend their creation and correct the record on some things, but at the same time, the stuff they're defending, it needs to be changed. And the things that are being corrected, well, those were misunderstandings that could have been entirely avoided if Infinity Ward were a little more in tune with the community, in my opinion. So on top of all that, we actually did get some raw multiplayer gameplay yesterday, a couple hours after I released my video. I have to say, I feel the same. When I recorded the video yesterday, I was at least holding on to the possibility that the game would be better than it's being portrayed in early teases. But now that I've actually seen it in motion, all the things we talked about, the perfect storm of GTA 6 and that this is Modern Warfare 4, this is the, 8th Modern Warfare game, and it doesn't stand out versus the other Modern Warfare modern games that we've gotten. Anyway, let's get into it. The corrections. One thing that almost immediately was corrected was the AI Gunny chatbot thing. According to COD social media and according to Infinity Ward themselves, Gunny is not an AI, but it is a handcrafted tool by the team that gives you gun builds and loadouts based on the stuff you unlocked. And they claim that every Gunny suggestion is, once again, handcrafted by the devs. Okay, all right. Correction noted. You could have let everybody know that in the beginning. It is an AI-sensitive world, so you knew as soon as you saw that go out, people are probably going to take it and run with it. But okay, we got some clarity on that one. Cool. Now, on one hand, I get Infinity Ward wanting to come out and correct the record on that one. But I have two problems with this situation. Like I said, why did they reveal Gunny in a way that made it sound like an AI if it wasn't? I mean, surely they had to know people were going to think it was an AI based on how it was shown off. Secondly, look at the interaction between Ghost of Hope and the official Infinity Ward account. I mean, there's attitude, there's shade being thrown by the Infinity Ward mod towards him. I mean, does it not seem a little overly personal? I don't know. You let me know. Hope was going off the information he had. I mean, I talked about the same information because face value, that's what it looked like. And the only reason he had that information is because Infinity Ward didn't explain it well in their reveal. But now they're publicly throwing shade at him for being wrong. And this is all after Ghost of Hope was hit with the DMCA over his Modern Warfare leaks a few months ago, and Infinity Ward publicly blasted him for spreading misinformation or something. But now we know a lot of his leaks were true. Yeah, validation for Ghost. I mean, something about the interaction doesn't really sit well with me. Infinity Ward has been getting a lot of heat from the COD community over the last few years for being out of touch, full of themselves, seemingly thinking they know better than the community about the community and what they want. And apparently the community doesn't want an arcade shooter. And now they have interactions like this regarding Modern Warfare 4. I don't think it's a good look. Certainly didn't give me any real confidence for where things are going. But anyway, the raw gameplay reveal. Now, I don't want to say Modern Warfare 4 gameplay looks entirely bad. It doesn't. But it does look like Modern Warfare 2. I don't think that's a good thing at all. The screen shake, the weapon smoke effects, they're strong. The weapon sway when moving in way too much. The movement looks... I mean, I don't know. There's an emphasis on tac sprint again, and the time to kill super quick again. I just don't understand why Infinity Ward is confident right now. I guess you have to express confidence, exuberance, regardless of the situation. I mean, after all the anger they provoke from the community with the new Modern Warfare games, and after all the annoyance they provoke by actively fighting back against the community feedback, and then they go off and say they're listening, and a few months ago, they're like, Call of Duty and all of them put out this thing. We're going to listen. We get it. Old school. No Nicki Minaj skins. Mark my words. Mark my words, season 1 you watch. If things are low, we'll come back to that later. Then they DMCA leakers. They openly talk crap to them. I mean, the game truly, to me, looks like Modern Warfare 2.5. It does. And this is coming from a Call of Duty guy that's been in Call of Duty for a long, long time. I don't want to say that. I want to say the game looks like something fresh and innovative, and it has a chance to shine and peek out and draw your attention despite GTA 6 or despite the fact that you have complete sub-series Modern Warfare and Black Ops fatigue, but I can't do it. I mean, and then I look at Ghost of Hope and all the stuff he put out. I went back and looked at a lot of the stuff that went down. He was right all along. I mean, regardless of the quippy responses to his post, he was right on way more than he was wrong on. And I don't think enough people are talking about that, to be honest with you. And then the big one for me, we're walking it back. We are walking it back. I don't care what anybody says. I see it in front of me, and I'm calling it for what it is. So yesterday they posted out talking about, we see the conversation about visual recoil, and everybody's talking about the visual clutter and the muzzle flash and all that stuff. We see it, and we're going to let the beta do its thing. And we're going to be listening closely to the feedback. Remember, we talked about that in our video. It was clear as day. They acknowledged all the feedback that was being poured out on the internet about exactly what we don't want: the screen shake, the smoke, the muzzle flash, the visual clutter, the all that stuff. Okay? Right? And then we went to bed. And then you wake up this morning and they posted this. Seeing Modern Warfare 4 in the hands of players for the first time has been an exciting milestone for the team. I'm going to stop right there really quick. That is an exciting milestone. You have a lot of passionate developers that spend a ton of time on this game, and they deserve to be excited, especially from the weapon standpoint. Infinity Ward knows how to make some really crazy, realistic, authentic weapons, right? I saw the behind-the-scenes videos. They were shooting all the guns and everything. That's awesome, okay? Then they say, these are pre-release alpha builds. They're still very much a work in progress. The muzzle flash VFX issue in today's alpha gameplay is a bug that will be fixed for the beta. Whoa. Look, I'm not trying to stir the pot, but I'm going to call BS where there's BS, and that is absolute BS. They said yesterday, we're listening to the community about all these things that they just talked about, the muzzle flash, VFX, all of that, screen shake, all of it. And we're going to let the beta decide, and we'll listen closely, and we'll adjust. That's what they said. Today, it was a bug. So I have two questions. One, how did it change from yesterday to it's okay, it's normal, it's what we put in there, and then we'll let the beta decide, to today, it's a bug? And if that's the case and it was a bug, how in the world did you approve all these creators to have this footage knowing that it was a bug? The truth is, my truth is, it wasn't a bug. It was you testing the waters to see how people reacted to the initial video. And then, when they reacted poorly, you walked it back and you said it was a bug and it would be fixed. So, on one hand, good, it's getting fixed. But it's not getting fixed because of any accountability. It's getting fixed because it didn't go over well. And I'm going to stand on that hill. I am, because that's what happened. I watched what happened. Maybe people have different opinions, but yeah, that's crazy to me. And that just reinforces what I said earlier, that I have low confidence that they're going to follow through with what they said about listening to the community, about anything as we go through this whole year with Modern Warfare 4. That's crazy to me. Crazy. The muzzle flash issue in today's alpha is a bug. It'll be fixed for the beta. How in the world did that get through? How did that get to go to every creator to post yesterday and be your first real look at gunplay and gun effects in Modern Warfare 4 if it was a bug? Yeah, all right. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, quacks like a duck, waddles like a duck, it's a duck. I'll see you later.